Your Excellency, you've spoken of the distinction between legitimate authority and illegitimate authority, between legitimate commands that we should obey and illegitimate commands that we should not obey and resist. But how can we distinguish between them? Isn't it true that St. Paul, in his letter to the Romans, spoke very clearly about the necessity for Christians to obey the constituted authorities? What do you say?
St. Paul was a Roman citizen, and as such, he had before him the example of the power regulated by laws that later formed the basis for the law of Western nations, and which were also adopted by the Church. The authority that governs us today, instead, has cancelled millennia of Greco-Roman and Christian civilization, bringing us back to the barbarian of the Assyrians, to the absence of law, an absolute principle to which even authority itself is bound to conform. Those who hold power present themselves as representative of the people, but in fact, they act against the people, without any constraint, without limits, either from above, since they have cancelled the divine origin of the power of those who govern, nor from below, since they do not allow citizens to elect their own representative unless they are certain they can manipulate the vote to their own advantage. I would like to underline this barbarization of the law, which in my opinion is the cause of the crisis of authority, of its perversion and its present arrogance. These tyrants, barricaded in their palaces, guarded by armed guards, behave like Sennacherib. They find authority in themselves, in a delirium of omnipotence, guaranteed to them by the availability of financial, political, and media means. And what leaves us disconcerting is that the masses allow themselves to be tyrannized, precisely in an area that has made revolution one of the key themes of modernity, to the point of introducing its principle right into the sacred precincts with Vatican II. To a genuinely Catholic perspective, however, chaos manifests itself both in rebellion against good authority and in servile obedience to evil authority, in a subversion that we have today right before our eyes, that leaves us incredulous in its anachronistic arrogance.
Hello, I'm Deborah Tomlinson with Irby Communications. Thank you for watching. The Viganò Tapes consist of 18 questions we asked Archbishop Viganò at the end of August 2021. Each question will be released separately in its own video over the next 18 days. Be sure to click the red subscribe button and the bell next to it so you will be notified when we upload the next question. Also, consider joining Dr. Robert Moynihan on pilgrimage this October in the United States in the beautiful Shenandoah Valley in Virginia. We have only a few seats left. See the link below. Thank you very much.